right, we are live. Welcome to a brand new episode, the second episode of Digging in the Trenches. I'm Bobby Melendez, joined by JPF Scout. Man, brother, how you doing this week?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's the Dolphins Eve, first game of the regular season. The Dolphins versus the New England Patriots at Hard Rock. We're finished with the offseason. We're finished with all the hype, all that extra stuff. No more guessing, second guessing, wishing, dreaming, whatever. Wish upon a star. It is official. It all starts tomorrow. I couldn't be more excited.
Absolutely, brother. Been waiting a long time for this. All the regurgitated and all the statements everybody's been talking about all season long, whether we know what we have or don't know what we have, we're going to get some answers starting this week, tomorrow, week one, game one. Let's get this started. I mean, I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are pumped up to get this season started. It's going to be exciting as a Dolphins football fan and as a football fan in general. So we'll get this one kicked off in here. Like we've been talking about, the host with Bobby, this show we're going to go over the key matchups. A little something I like to call stacking bricks. You know, like each team has a certain number of players that they consider franchise players and that they've tied contracts to, all-pro, potential, Pro Bowl, whatever. That's what I mean when I call out a brick player like a John Holland or an Xavier Howard. So those are brick players. And then the ones who are not are obviously the guys who have question marks still, like the Liam Eichenberg and the Austin Jacksons and Noah Igbinogheni's. Those guys aren't bricks. So when I went through and counted up all the bricks on both sides of the ball here for the Patriots and for the Dolphins, for the Dolphins, I've got 38 bricks. For the Patriots, I have 23 bricks. So I think we're favored going into the game as far as talent-wise goes. Now, when it goes to paper, who knows? But let's just start off right off the bat. When the Patriots have the ball and the Dolphins are on defense, obviously the way I see the game is a little different. Probably most of you two see it this way too. I don't know. But the most key matchup to me, not the key matchup, but one of them, the offensive line for the Patriots versus the Dolphins' defensive line. Can they going early and stay? Who knows? I think that's going to be a telltale sign of what happens in the game, whether the O-line for the Patriots can push their will on the Dolphins or vice versa, the Dolphins push their defensive line against them. So I think that's the number one key when they have the ball. The number second key matchup we'll go to is when Patriots have the ball, is their tight end. We all know the wide receiver isn't a lot to, it's not going to scare a lot of people. They have Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar, a couple other guys. So I think Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith versus Brandon Jones, Eric Rowe, and Javon Holland is a key matchup to look at when they have the rock. The third one, the most important, this is the most important key, would be the Patriots running backs versus our linebackers and company, Roberts and Baker and company. So they got to go up against Harris and Stevenson, as you know. But the one that really kind of throws me for a loop and has me thinking in my mind we really need to watch this is Montgomery. Montgomery can take it out of the backfield, and he can catch it out of the backfield. Something we're going to need to pay attention to because I think they're going to try to run the ball on us. So that's how I see it when they have all and we're on defense.
Let me ask you this, and everybody, thank you for all tuning in. You're watching Digging in the Trenches with JPF Scout. Bobby's here. Evan says, Bobby again. Hey, brother, I posted it on Twitter today. I'm a busy man today. I got 3 shows, but I'm excited. Dolphins game tomorrow. I'm excited. So Miami goes into New England comes to Miami tomorrow. Miami swept the Patriots last year. Miami is better than they were last year talent-wise. The Dolphins are favored for the first time since a few years back to win by at least 3.5 points. Okay, I have them winning by 7 points. The Patriots do have question marks. I mean, yeah, you brought it up. Tight ends are obviously more there's more stability there than there is at wide receiver. Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar. Mac Jones is in his second year, and people will say, I think wasn't he Pro Bowl last year? Made the Pro Bowl last season, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so in his second year, he's looking to get more defined as a quarterback in that Patriots system. He's a perfect quarterback for that system. It's still a Bill Belichick coached football team, but play calling. You kind of have what happened with Miami last year. That's kind of going on with them. I think Matt Patricia is calling plays for them this year. He was a defensive coordinator for them a few years back, became the head coach of the Lions, stunk up the place, got fired, came back to New England. Now he's calling plays. Joe Judge is the quarterback's coach, and then Belichick's kind of holding it off. There's a lot of question marks. So we brought this up a little bit last week. How do you see tomorrow playing out? We get that out of the way now. You see it's a Dolphins win. What's the score looking like? How do you got it coming out?
We talked like you were saying last week. Of course, the score might be a little bit lopsided, but at the same point in time, you can't take a Bill Belichick coach team lightly like we talked about. They could come out and show us something that we had before. I mean, it's probably unlikely. We're probably going to play well. But I wouldn't be doubt in my mind that they throw a wrinkle in there that we're not expecting or pull something up that we're not expecting. They could do it. They do it all the time. They have great coaching. It's Belichick. Yeah, Patricia's probably dialing up the plays, and Judge is probably, helping, assisting, something along those lines. I think what we see is them come out and test us early, seeing if they can run the football. And if they can run the football on us, I think they're going to try to run early and often. I think in the end, we figure it out how to stop the run, and we end up pulling the game off something like 27-17, something like that.
Gotcha. I have it, if I say 24-17, I have Miami winning that game.
I would
keys
take
of the
it.
game. Yeah, no, hey, a win is a win.
Yep.
Keys of the game, as I brought up on Fitz Talk today, it's for me, it's rattling the quarterback. Forcing, first of all, stopping the run, forcing Mac Jones to throw the football and forcing him to make mistakes. Rattle him. Hit him hard, hit him often. Secondly, protect the quarterback. Offensive line is still a question mark on this football team. We're going to see how it plays out now that real football, the game matters. We're going to see how this offensive line does. But you got to protect the quarterback. And third, in regards of quarterback, protecting the football. Don't force mistakes. As I said on Fitz Up today, just an hour ago, I don't need 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. If you give me 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, that's great. If it's 200 yards, a touchdown and a pick, and you still win the game, and you don't turn over the ball, if it's 200 yards, a touchdown and 5 picks, there's an issue here, or 3 picks, whatever. You have to protect the football. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm not. People say I know. People could get excited about the offense and with Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, et cetera, et cetera. What's up, Cat for Life?
Cat, what's up, Cat?
And they think, hey, man, this is going to be 38, 40 some points, blah, blah, blah. First of all, the game might start fast. McDaniel might come out like he did the last week of the preseason, throw a deep bomb, try to get it going, see where he stands in this game, how Belichick's going to play him. I can see a fast start to a drive, but I think it's going to take a little more time. I think it starts to stall out in the second, third, fourth drive and throughout the game. It starts to slow down a little bit, and it becomes more methodical type of game, a football game. I still have Miami winning, but I don't see any kind of blowout. I see this as a very close type of football game, and I don't think people should be sleeping on the Patriots. What's your opinion on that?
I'm in agreement with what you said right there. I don't think we should be sleeping on the Patriots or any team. I think they could come out and hit us in the mouth where we least expect it. Which is going to be, like I said, the key matchups I went over right there when they had the ball would be to run the ball right at us. So I think what they'll do is they'll try to hit us in the mouth and then catch us sleeping with maybe some play-action passes or some quick passes to the flats and into the seams. But in all sense, I really don't think if they beat us, they beat us. But honestly, I think we're going to come out here fired up and ready to play. I think they will be too. But like you said, they got question marks, but we have question marks, but the football team has question marks. But
sure.
Do they have more than we do? Yeah, I think they do. I really do. They have a line that is, it's decent. It's a little bit better than ours if I was to rank it, But at the same time, they have holes on that line as well as we do, We're just going to have to play the game methodical and find a hole that you want and exploit it. Like you were talking about, I honestly think we need to just lean on them, especially when we have the ball. Like, while we're at it, let's just jump the keys for the Dolphins when they're going to have the football. When the Dolphins have the football, just like I said, when they are on defense, the same keys here is our offensive line versus their defensive line. Can we assert our will on them? Can we run the football? Because if we can, that's going to be nice. And like you said, McDaniels can come out here and start off hot. I think that's exactly what you'll see. I think you'll see him come out there, and if they can pass early and often, they're going to do it. Because then later in the third and fourth quarters, all we know, we're just going to bring in our finishers. We're going to bring in the running game and just try to run them down, run it down their throat. And I think the running backs to watch, it was before the injury report came out this week, I had my mind really set on Ahmed could be big in this game and could be a difference maker. But the more it goes on, and he might be hurt, I don't know if he's going to play, or any of the running backs for that matter. I mean, Chase is going to play and Gaskin is going to play, but I think Edmonds is the running back to watch right here. I think he could be a difference maker. Now, another key is when the Dolphins have the football, where they can hurt them is our tight ends versus their secondary, mainly Kyle Duggar, McCourty, and Adrian Phillips. Gesicki and company, all of them. I think they should look to use the tight ends in the passing game, up the seam, in the flats, wherever they can. That could be a weapon to help us win this football game. The next key, I guess is the biggest key matchup of the Dolphins when we have the football, would be Tyreek Hill versus Jonathan Jones. I think it's a big matchup for Hill. I think he can just smoke him. I think that's going to be where they're going to feed the ball. And then Waddle obviously is going to play, so you'll have Waddle matching up versus Mills, and then Wilson matching up versus Bryant. But the key matchup for me is obviously that Hill versus Jonathan Jones matchup. If they find something they like in there and they're going to leave him one-on-one with Tyreek, I'm going to feed him. I'm going to feed him, dude. I'm going to bring him crossers, stops, comebacks, slants, 7s, 8s, 9s. I'm just going to feed him. Maybe if they can get the rookie PE in there and get him acclimated too, his matchup is a little bit more favorable for New England, seeing how there's second-year players versus a rookie and young men versus men. But the other matchup, like I was saying, that Hill matchup versus Jonathan Jones, I think is favorable for the Dolphins.
Perfect. Let me see here, make sure. JP, are you in there? You on? I saw him pop back in. It says he's in audio, but we can't hear him. But anyway, JP on sports is supposed to be joining us, but he's been having some technical issues, but we'll try to figure that out. No, for sure. I think you're hitting all the nails on the head. Let's ask this part.
I know.
JP, you there? He muted himself again. He was there a second ago. He's there. Did Justin mess it up? Evan. Anyway, guys, again, you're watching Digging in the Trenches. We are second episode in with JP F Scout and JP on sports. He's having issues, but hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to have a busy day today on the network. 3 shows. Got Finstock today, Digging in the Trenches. Then you got overtime tonight with Brett and I. We go over the whole NFL as well as the Dolphins game. And then, of course, tomorrow, Evan, myself, Justin, we will be reacting live post-game, quick, our instant reactions to exactly what's going to go down. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hit that like and subscribe button to the Finstock Sports Network. But as we continue here, so when you're looking at, you were expecting Ahmed to have a big game. He might not even play. So you're thinking Chase Edmonds might fill that role. I think Gaskin may surprise some people in this offense. But for tomorrow's game, who can you see being a stud? And who can you see man, there's a lot of hype. This guy might be a dud. When it comes to the Dolphins team, what guy do you think, this guy's going to have a great game? This guy might not so much.
When I think of Dolphins for this game and who could be a real stud, man, I think I'll go with Chase. I think I'll take Chase Edmonds on this. Oh, no, wait a minute. Excuse me. Let me change my mind. I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. Yep, I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek's going to be a stud in this game. I think they're going to find something that they really like in it, and they're going to feed him. I think he'll have 7 to 8 receptions for over 100 yards, maybe a touchdown. Let's hope. And then if I was to look for someone who had a lot of hype in this game and maybe didn't quite live up to it, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and go right to it. I think I'll go with Alec Ingold. I think I'll take Alec Ingold. I think we need to see a lot of. Yep.
Really, man.
Yep. I think I want to. I love him too, man. I love him too, but he's hurt and dealing with injury from last year, still nicked up coming into the game. Like, I don't even know if he's a game time decision if he's going to go. If he don't go, then that really answers my question.
Gotcha.
But if he gets in there and he goes there and performs and it's very underwhelming for me, then I'll that's my dud. But I hope it's
JP,
not.
you
But
there?
that's the kind of feeling it's gonna be. Yo, JP.
I've seen him popped in and out in the audio here. So, but Evan says that he thinks Gesicki will be the stud for tomorrow.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a safe pick too, but it is a good pick. Because again, I know you said Tyreek, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek. That's why I think he'll have a good game. I think he'll be more impactful in regards of drawing attention than numbers wise. I think Jalen Waddle. I expect him to have a decent game tomorrow. The one team, the dud. I'm a little concerned with the secondary right now. Byron Jones is out. It's Xavier Howard. It's Neek Needham, Igbo. That's where the dud might come in for me with a Mac Jones. Trey Flowers dud. I wouldn't say Trey Flowers just because he's so new. I would say JP, you there?
He's got his audio up.
I hear him. I don't know if he hears us, but we'll keep saying it till it works, but it's all right.
Yep.
Anyway, stud, I'm gonna go with Waddle.
Good pick too.
Because he's been out the whole preseason. There's been question marks, but I think he's gonna have a decent game because of Tyreek. And I would say secondary, because of the absence of Jones, I'm a little nervous. I think that secondary with corners, or it could be a dud for Miami. Could be a dud. Even though it's a 24-17 win, could be a dud. Now, you want to count dud if I'm saying like everybody's thinking 38, 45 points Miami because of all the weapons, you could see a dud could be possibly Tua if Tua doesn't throw 500 yards and 3 touchdowns and looks amazing. If he only has 200 yards and a touchdown, I guess you could count that as a dud. But I think that's just I wouldn't count it as a dud just because I think that's enough. If you're winning football games and you're not turning the ball over, I'm happy with it.
Exactly. Same here. Like, it's funny you bring up that secondary, man, because it seems to be a lot of people's concern. And you know what? I'm not one who's not concerned about it because I am too. I'm very concerned about the secondary. And it's a position, especially cornerback, that's like, you just got to have a short memory, man. And like, just because one play don't work out for you, you got to go back out there and get after it after 100%. The next play. And I'll be honest, I know all of us are down on Igbo. All of us are down on Benogany. I am as well. I'm
rooting for him, man.
I'm so rooting for him, man. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't doubt one bit if he comes with a couple big plays in this game if he's called upon. And he's going to get – he gets burned. There's nothing new for him. But if he can get his hand –
For sure. Where is this at here? There it is.
I mean, what would you think if Igbenogany ended up being the star of the game and had a pick six to win it?
Oh, dude, come on, man! I got excited when he had a pass deflection, in the final preseason game. He had a deflection, and that got me hyped, because I'm rooting for this kid, man. People have been hard on him, and I get it, rightfully so, right? He hasn't lived up to his reputation, or not his reputation. He hasn't lived up to his draft pick, and
former number one pick.
Yeah, and you know what? Has it been all his fault? I didn't like the coaching staff. I didn't like, he wasn't used. He wasn't given the opportunity to, sink or swim. in live action play. He played a little bit in preseason here and there, but he never saw the field. It's ridiculous when you're a first round pick. People want to say Tua hasn't been given a fair shot. I don't think this kid is either. Now, obviously, if he's shitty, if he's crap in practice and everything else, I get it. But especially when there's no chance at playoffs or you're losing or put the kid in the damn game, see what you got him in live action play. I hope hope it starts with the first 4 weeks. Now's his chance. Now's his chance because believe this, Matt Jones, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow, they're going to eat up. They're going to be looking for this kid on the field. Whenever he's on the field, they're going to be looking for him. And so this is going to be his opportunity to show that, no, man, I am worth something in this league. I'm not that bust. This is his chance. So I am 100% rooting for this kid. I hope he balls out. I hope he, I don't expect him to have a Xavier Howard up there. I'm not saying that, but just enough where it's like, okay, damn, he is worth something, and he can owe it back to where he was drafted.
Yeah, with him, it's really hard because he's a former wide receiver that's trying to make the transition to being a cornerback. And at the college level, it's something you might even get away with. But when you get into the NFL level and the game speed is so much more faster, and he's having a rough transition of making that jump. One thing about him that it just keeps coming back up, and even when I scouted him, was he just doesn't trust his eyes enough to match with his athletic ability. He just doesn't trust his eyes enough and doesn't have the tenacity to sit down and get the game film together. Know that, okay, I just seen slant across my face and the next play might be out or a comeback. He needs to get in there and just have all the tape in his face too. So he needs more film time mixed with field time. And, maybe he'll get it together. We'll see. But that's the one thing about him that I see he trusts himself enough. He's got all the athletic ability in the world. He just needs to put it all together with film study and trusting his eyes. When he sees a play, he needs to just attack it. And then I think he'll be better. He's always had a problem of whipping his head around to get himself in position to the ball. But like that one play we've seen against the Eagles, he did it and we all got so excited. That's growth. That's growth right there. So we just need to see more of that. And I agree with you that he wasn't really given a fair shake. Maybe he needed to be thrown to the wolves a little bit more to get acclimated to live NFL game speed. But we'll see what happens. He's going to get his chance. If there was any chance in the world he was getting a second chance and can make it happen, it's going to be this game tomorrow. I mean, get in there and just give me all you got. That's all I ask. Give me everything you got.
For sure. First off, Orlando, John, thank you all for tuning in. Everybody's tuning in again from Facebook, Twitter.
Thanks for tuning in.
YouTube, man. Hit that like and subscribe button.
We love you guys.
Trenches. Yes, sir. And, tell you why, too. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, you're not doing yourselves any favors, and I'll tell you why. Let's get into that very quick. The Finstock Sports Network is doing their first giveaway, sponsored by Digging in the Trenches. Good dude. So, look, if you haven't yet, I think it's at 225 last I checked. I mean, and I'm thankful for everybody. We're trying to get past that 500, eventually to 1,000, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, try to grow this channel and grow this network and grow the fandom, et cetera. And once we get past the 500th subscriber, we will be doing a Finstock Sports Network jersey giveaway. Options are Jalen Waddle or Javon Holland. You get to pick which of these young star future Hall of Fame Dolphin players jersey that you want. We will pick a random winner from the 500 subscribers on the channel or more, depending if once we get past that point. And one of those winners, lucky enough, will get a jersey sponsored by none other than Digging in the Trenches. So we are excited about that. So if you haven't yet, you're watching this, do yourself a favor. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Twitter, go to our YouTube page right now, smash that like and subscribe button. Let us know that you've done it. So once we get past 500, we are going to give away one of these jerseys, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle, because who the hell else would we do right now? Because these guys, we drafted them. It looks like they're lifelong Dolphins. I freaking hope so. And these are the jerseys you want to get. These are the safe ones, too, in my opinion. So, man, Justin, why don't you talk about these giveaways? Why are these two jerseys the best jerseys a Dolphin fan should have, in your opinion?
Oh, right now, you said it, man. We drafted them. They got great futures ahead of them. These guys are going to be future Dolphins for years to come. I can't see them getting their, their fifth-year options not picked up. I'm sure they're going to be in the fold for a while to come. All of us as Dolphins fans have always had that, oh, man, I don't want to buy a jersey just because we end up getting rid of the guy like next year. Like, I think these guys right here, especially Javon Holland and Jalen Waddle, they're stay. These are great jerseys to have for any Dolphins fan. And you know what, man? Snowman and Waddle, man, they're going to be doing their thing all year. It's going to be pretty sweet. I can't wait. So, like Bobby said, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, man. Smash that like button. Help us build this channel up so we can do more of these and have more family giveaways for us, our Fins family. Because you guys are our family. You're here at work now. You're part of this. You're part of Digging in the Trenches. You're part of Fins Talk Sports Network, and we want you guys here. We want to know what you think about the Fins. All of that. Great jersey,
100%.
great giveaway. Excited.
Hey, let's make this a little. Let's. I've done this before in the past, but I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now because we're talking about these jerseys. Okay, safest jersey to buy because for me, it is hard to buy a jersey. I think the last current player jersey I bought was Tua. Okay, and because why not, right? Even though I'm full disclosure, before he came out, I was not on the Tua train. I wanted Justin Herbert, but after we drafted him, what's up, Steve, brother? Good to see you, man. Fins up. When we drafted him, it's like, hey, you know what? I hope I'm wrong. I'm excited. Dolphin fans excited. We draft this guy. There's so much hype. I want this jersey. Got him. Now you see 3 years later, there's that question mark. Maybe there's a saving grace at the end of the tunnel with Tyreek and so, but there's a question mark there, and you go, oh shit. But so the last current player I got was Tua. Other than that, I think when to buy jerseys, you probably want to go get the greats. Jason Taylor, JT, like you got on. Dan Marino,
Yeah.
Ricky, Zach Thomas. That's to me is the safest jerseys to buy. Those ones.
Yeah, sure.
But if you had to purchase a jersey or recommend to somebody to buy a jersey, who's the safest jersey to buy? And these are good players. These are star players. Obviously don't buy, Myles Gaskin. Okay, well, come on, that's not fair. But let's say the safest jersey to buy, and then star player wise, not safest jersey to buy because he might not be around.
I would say the safest player to buy right now on the Dolphins, honestly, straight up. John Holland is the safest jersey you could get right now. Hands down, he's a stud. He's going to be super good for years to come. That's the one I would get, and it's the safest. Now, if I was to say one that could be like, I don't know if he's going to be here. He's really good. He's a stud and all, but he might not be around much longer, and you might not want to have that jersey. Oh, man, I don't know. You might not like my answer, but that would be Mike Gesicki. So if you have Mike Gesicki jersey, you might want to think about, like, if you really like him, hold on to it, keep it. But, that would be the one I wouldn't buy right there.
All right. So, no, I think you're right on money. I think it's a safe answer. That was a safe one that you said there, Gesicki.
I'm looking out for my guys. I'm looking out for all you Fins fans.
Yeah, and John says Gesicki won't be here. I heard some whispers. JP, are you back there? JP. I heard a whisper. Unless there's a ghost, I heard whispers. I heard.
Are you there?
Yeah. Get out. Like, oh shit. I think Javon Holland, obviously the giveaways, right? Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle are two of the safest. I think Holland over Waddle, just because, it's this. But in regards of like not safe, I think Gesicki obviously because he's in his final year of his contract. Dolphins have not come to an agreement. Does he really fit the scheme? That's a great choice, obvious choice. Again, I mean, I got a Howard jersey. I do have a Xavier Howard, but that one I would say is probably not a safe one.
Yeah,
I just, I don't know.
That's a risky too.
It is. That's a risky one, and I know we just extended him a year ago, but it's still. That's a jersey I would say just hold. I wouldn't purchase that one, and I did. I got that one for a birthday or Christmas, and I love it. I'm thankful for it. Xavier Howard's one of my favorite players, but again, that's where I'm kind of like, and then I would say right now, again, I have Tua jersey, but I would wait till after this year to buy a Tua jersey. If you haven't yet, wait. I would like to have an Armstead. You would consider that safe?
If you really like Terran Armstead, just for yourself, but I wouldn't consider it a safe one, no.
Now, don't get me wrong. If Miami this season goes on and wins the Super Bowl or something like that,
I want an Armstead.
All bets are off.
All bets are off.
Because then those guys are forever lifelong Dolphins because they've won it all. But you like it, brother, buy it. It's yours, man. Yep. You go do what you got to do. If you want Armstead's jersey, you go for it, Orlando. But I'm just saying is, if Miami wins it all, and then, doesn't matter if the guy's gone next year, go get that jersey because forever he's in history of Miami Dolphins. But if it's like one of those 9 and 8, 8-9, whatever, and they leave next year, you're gonna be stuck like Chuck with a jersey from a player that, So, but I just love that game. I think it's so fun to play. Like it becomes tough because it's like you don't hate the guy, but then
hard.
You're like, oh, it is hard. I bring the heat, brother. You know how it is.
Yep, absolutely. I think those number 1 jerseys here about week 6 or 7 are going to start flying off the shelf, though, man. Honestly, watch. Everyone's going to have one of those Tua jerseys come about week 12. Everyone who doesn't have one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go out there and get me one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. if you're, and by that time, how many subscribers we're trying to get? Maybe there's a giveaway, a Tua giveaway. I don't know.
Exactly. Maybe we'll just give you one.
That's right. Maybe we will. John Santos says Waller. Yes, Darren Waller from the Las Vegas Raiders has been extended, $51 million for 3 years. Yes. Gesicki won't see that from Miami, so he'll leave. I think the writing is on the wall. And I love Gesicki, and I wouldn't get rid of him because I don't get rid of talent. I don't care if he's not your traditional tight end or fits the system. He is a damn good receiver and a damn good weapon for your quarterback, like Tua, or if you were to go draft one this year, if that has to happen or whatever, he's the one you want to have on your team. That helps young quarterbacks. He's been so big for Tua. So I would not get rid of him, but if they can't come to an agreement, you move on. Writing's on the wall.
Yep.
So it is what it is. All right, so digging in trenches, we're passing that 33-minute mark, but that's fine. Guys, again, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. Don't miss the opportunity to get yourself a Javon Holland, Jalen Waller jersey. Don't miss an opportunity to get some great sports content, Dolphins content all around. This is growing. Get involved. Hit me up. Hit JP. Let us know. You want to be involved. JP will let me know. We'll get this rolling. It's been exciting. That's right. Smash that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, later today we got overtime with me and Brett Lagasse. And then tomorrow, after the Dolphins game, we'll be celebrating a win on the Miami Dolphins post-game show with JPF Scout, Justin right here, myself, Evan Poser, and maybe others who may want to join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. So until then, thank you all for tuning in. JP on Sports, we'll try to figure that out. We want to get him on here. He is huge, great football mind.
Yeah, we do.
Friends of the friend, guy, very excited. So we'll try to work that out. But until then, we will see you all next week. We'll see you tomorrow. At least me and Justin will. And
we'll
fins up, everybody.
Fins up,
right. Fins up.